What's up, y'all? This is a short video recording to warn you not to fall for the scam of this very shit fake company. I think they call this something like Tvidler. It's supposed to remove excessive earwax buildup, but I tried it on both ears multiple times. Nothing, like 0%. It's very basic. You're supposed to insert into the ear canal and rotate clockwise because clockwise will extract out, counterclockwise would actually push it further in. That could be very bad. And no matter how I try to use it, even though it's a very basic device, there shouldn't be so much fluctuation or variables. Nothing worked. I had my girlfriend tried it, both ears, nothing worked. And when you try to reach the company to do a return, you find that there's a lot of gimmicks and funny games going on. And it's like rather than just have the return information just on their website, easy and accessible, it's like you have to, it's like a key or a little wax secret you have to get from a customer service rep, and they're going to make it hard to return that to you. When I tried to email them for that information, I said, hey, here's my number personally. Can you please call me? They wouldn't call me. And then I did mention I did open one of the two units right here. And then I only used one ear tip, to simply test it out. I know this sounds rhetoric, but yes, that's what I did. And then just for testing it out, they said, we can't accept a return for hygienic purposes. I was like, well, how am I supposed to know if it works? I went off the assumption of the tutorial video and what I saw on the company website. I'm like, you guys are really evil for this. If I could see you in person, I'd have no problem letting you keep my 55 if I get to take your life, or really just fuck you up, make sure I get at least 10 times worth of damage. So, $55, 550. Couple of shots to the fucking face and the nose, and just have some fun with this shit, you know what I mean? But of course they like to hide in the shadows, and it's not cool. There's just so many reviews online where people have been fucked over so bad, like being charged 4 times, bank not standing by it. And then this person, they haven't even tried to go through with the request fully. They're saying, I may pay a 15% restocking fee and $10 per item. So a huge ripoff, do not purchase. They tried to ping my credit card company 4 times. And it's like, well, you even have to get the return address first. And then if they find out that you not used it implies it works. You tested to see if it works and it didn't. So yes, at least one of them's out of the package. Then they say because of that action, it's deemed non-returnable. And it's like, well, then that's part of the scam and the gimmick. Amazon does not work like that. Most companies, real legitimate companies, don't work like that. There's more honesty, accuracy, and transparency in their operations. So, I will try and contact certain agencies, whether it is someone was recommending like a state attorney, the attorney general, and if you reach enough of them and it gets to the proper communication channels, then hopefully they can push them to non-existence. I know that was the basis of the message. Call your state's attorney general, Federal Trade Commission, or other organizations set up to investigate these companies. If enough complaints are pushed through legal channels, they will hopefully be threatened into non-existence. And most important, if you used your personal information in any way, run, don't walk to your bank, and notify them as you put a freeze on your account. What a drag. And personally, what I feel too is if you catch people like this, you want to set precedents where possible, and if precedents are already set, then you want to continue being consistent with what the rules are. So in this case, I would promote them getting their heads cut off, being beheaded. I think that is more than warranted and fair. And then what this tells to other future men and women who have any inclination to want to play silly games like this, your time is up before you even start then. And really, it's okay to put in, 6, 8, 10 hours a day for work, or sometimes people even work more than 10 hours. It's okay to work a legal job and work smart and hard for your money. Earn your money, pay your portion of taxes, and manage your money well. I know it's one of the toughest things you can do in life, but it also feels good when you earn your money. People approve of your work quality and they're happy to pay you, or sometimes you even get a tip because they see the extra effort or going the extra mile. So it's nice to care about your work and give your best effort every day. You know, we have a lot of progress to make and it is possible. So I genuinely don't understand why people would want to steal and cut corners and whatnot and take hard earned money from people who were living on modest income. So that's why if something like this happens, I see it as a really high offense and it's personal. I think of how many other people are being mistreated. And I'm telling you, if you behead these people, they can never do it again. And other people would definitely think twice, three times, maybe 300 times over before they try games like this. And they're like, yeah, I would much rather have a legitimate job or do something legal than to do something like this. So now I can put this on YouTube, see if it gets some traffic. What I would say is, I don't know how many people are gonna watch this. It's kind of a weird video to watch, you know what I mean? But it's something I feel I could do to help and raise awareness. And I would also encourage if some people do watch this, as if enough people watched it, you know? What other companies are running blatant, horrible scams like this? You know, let's again raise awareness and bond together for we the people and take these fuckers down, make some positive change. Otherwise, I hope the weekend's going really well, y'all. What can we say? You know what I mean? Let's do some things. Let's do it, and then it's done. Okay. One other thing I want to tell you. I'll end on a very good note. Okay. Now, I do like this guy. I don't care that I don't like him because he's a dictator. I like him because he's very well spoken, intelligent, and he's putting his time to move up through the ranks. So this would be Vladimir Putin. You know, there's some tension between the U.S. and Russia recently over the Ukraine territory. But my joke, technically, it may not end on a good note, so I'm going to say something else then. But look, his name is Vladimir Putin, and we have a little kitten. And just as a joke, I was like, dude, what if Vladimir Putin had a pussy cat named Vladimira Pierin? Like how cats, you know, they say, I don't know, they start purring at times when they're happy. And so I was like, yeah, instead of Putin, Pierin, huh? Purrin, little apostrophe. And then instead of Vladimir, since it's a female, add an A at the end. So Vladimira Pierin. One of the funniest names I could ever think of in my life. And also, I had seen a video recently where, you know, I feel like a U.S. reporter is having her questions translated and Vladimir Putin is answering. And he's referring to the other dictator. His name was also Vladimir. It's popular out there. Vladimir Lenin. And it's like where he founded the Soviet Union in 1922 and then had the Constitution enacted in 1924. If it laid natural legal claims to all the land out there, seems like that's what should be abided by. And then I forget what year this is. I'd have to verify this, but Vladimir Putin mentioned that at some point after 1922 and 24, obviously, but I would imagine like before the 60s and 70s maybe, that NATO promised to never expand eastward an inch, and yet they've done 5 times, 5 different expansions. And I would imagine over the last like 50, 75 years that's occurred. So even if it's at 50, it's like once every decade they're expanding, and they're like, I thought you guys weren't supposed to move an inch though. And so really, I would much more prefer like positive diplomatic relations than war and all out bloodshed. It's unnecessary. And I don't know in a way what the US is doing over there. You know, like an example I was thinking of is like, because Vladimir Putin mentions as well, that he's like, did you not remember that the US and Mexico have had issues over certain land claims, like between Texas, Southern California? It's like even how the U.S. is in control of like Costa Rica or like Hawaii. Imagine if Russia or China try to say, hey, we're taking over Costa Rica or Hawaii. It's like, you think the U.S. would respond with possible war or battle. It's like, no, that's 100% the only way they would respond immediately. And it'd be an all out fucking bloodshed. See who wins. And so it's like, well, they're not trying to control our shit over here, like the land claims. Why is the U.S. kind of messing with their land over there? I don't know. Because someone mentioned in a comment that Ukraine claimed their sovereignty in something like 1991. And when I did the math, it was something like 67 years difference. I'm like, well, shit, man. Yeah, that's cute to lay sovereignty claims 67 years after they already claimed the land for themselves. Like, it's already under other rule and principle. So I am curious and interested to learn more about the situation. And honestly, I would like to work towards a a peaceful collaboration with words and treaties that can be signed and abided by versus all out blood and warfare. So even though I recommend for some whack companies or really bad people to be beheaded, and I do genuinely believe in that. Like if I fucked up enough, I should be beheaded. That's simple shit. But that is last resort preferability or preference. You should always try and use intelligence and caring about what you do to reach towards peaceful solutions. So when the world and the overall is already struggling enough from the fucking COVID-19 issue and leaking from the Wuhan lab in China, there doesn't seem to be enough retribution for what the fuck China deserves for that shit. The Chinese people, I love and respect. The CCP, very, very bad. They bad people. They need to go down. Now. Okay? Then we can have big celebration. Much food, drink, and music. But more so tears of joy coming down my face. Because we've been waiting so long for this positive change. Do you know what I mean? We can even get Kung Fu Panda and have some animation celebration, you know? And Furious 5 and some other cool stuff. Yes. A lot of animation stuff out there nowadays. It's more popular than ever. In a way I never would think it would grow to this level, and I can see it's only going to continue to grow. But sometimes it's impressive what they come up with. So people really do deserve a much better lifestyle and standard of living. And it's possible if we work together. So that's what I'm trying to do. Sometimes some things small, some things medium, some things large. But one way or another, keep in production mode and active where you can. And it is possible. So until the next time, take care, y'all. Peace.